Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of our watercolor challenge. We are doing a 5-day watercolor challenge. The idea is to paint simple objects that we get into the rhythm of daily painting. Today's subject is pumpkin, and the sketch you will find in today's tutorial. Just check your WhatsApp group for the sketch and let's get started. So I am starting with the deep orange shade. I have picked a thick quantity. So what you do is basically we have this oval shape of the pumpkin, and you put the water. Everything that we're doing is wet on wet, either by putting water below or by adding colors, wet colors on top of another color. Okay. So if you have a golden orange, which is a lighter version of the deep orange, you can use that, or like me, you can mix and match gombosh yellow with your deep orange, right? So that's what we are doing, and make sure that you have checked the final image of the pumpkin so you know what colors we are doing, because pumpkins can be made in variety of colors and it's up to you. And I really recommend you guys to try multiple pumpkins after this one. So maybe like take a A4 sheet and practice blue colors, brown colors, green colors, yellow colors, orange, like all of them side by side, so you get an idea and actually learn how to do it. Okay, here what we are doing is, along with orange and yellow, we are gonna be doing green. So greens would be on the sides of these oval shapes which forms the pumpkin, and yellow and orange would be the center. Make sure that you follow this lights and shadow, the rule of the shape, the oval shape, the cylinder shapes, in order to fill your pumpkin, because that's how the curves are defined. Okay, you need to have like a darker shade, lighter in the center. All this is very important for you to remember. Now when it comes to blending, make sure that you just wash your brush and then blend these colors. Okay, I have been following the same rule. So what we did, we wet our oval, we put our orange color, yellow color, blended them. On the corners we did the green color, and then again we blended it. We are gonna do the same thing. So draw a line for the from the green color, then start putting your oranges and yellows in the middle, and then start blending all of these together. Now the trick is that if you start touching green and orange together, it might form muddy and brown. So what you have to do to avoid forming a muddy color, you have to introduce yellow in between them. Once you introduce a yellow in between them, your green is not directly touching your orange. Your green is actually touching your yellow, and yellow is touching your brown, which makes your colors intact. Okay, and then you take some water and then blend all of these very nicely. Make sure that you're following the color wheel. You also understand the complementary colors when you're doing this, so that you're not modifying your subject. Okay, so see, I'm taking some water, the yellow color, and then we are just all blending it together. We keep repeating the same process on the other side as well. Please continue repeating the same thing that you are doing on the other side of the pumpkin and on the back side of the pumpkin as well. I am gonna put on like turn the volume up of the music so you enjoy this painting, and I'll see you in some time when we have to do other detailings. Once an entire pumpkin is done, I wanted to give some textures on the bottom layer of the pumpkin, that dots and some some texture, right? So I was trying that, but because my paint was either too wet or too dry, I was not getting the effect that I wanted. So I kind of gave the texture and then slightly took water and then washed all over it. So I kind of like lose the texture, right? You don't have to do this step. So if it is coming out very nicely, you can try. So there are two conditions: either you do it in completely wet and wet, or you do it completely dry. Then you'll be able to form the shapes as and you want. Okay. Otherwise, I don't think there's a need to do it. You can just skip this step and make sure that there's a light portion, like highlight part in your pumpkin, which is actually visible from all these ovals. Then you have the stem part that you have to do. For the stem also, it's very simple. Either you use your burnt sienna brown combination to do the stem, or if you want to keep your stem green, you can do sap green, lemon green for doing the stem, right? So now for the stem also, one part of the stem would be dark, the other would be light. You're following simple rules, lights and shadows, right? So light shadow, that's how your artwork actually works. Even in portraits, when you do it, it's what we follow. Okay. So for example, I decided to do the stem in burnt sienna, which is a brown shade, and then we just take water and then soften that color, or you take yellow ochre and do that color on the side and just let it all soften. It just blends fantastically together and looks very nice. Okay. Then after you are done, you can also take out a couple of ribbons or ripples around the pumpkin and do the shadow where the pumpkin is kept, so that it gives it surface for resting and doesn't make it look like that it is hanging up in the air. Okay. Make sure that you darken the shadows. If your pumpkin shadows are also light as compared to what we see here, make sure that you darken those shadows also. It is very important. Okay, so I use Payne's Gray to darken those shadows. For the green color, if you wish to make your green color darker, then simply mix your Persian blue or indigo in any of your green color and that will go darker. I don't prefer to mix Payne's Gray to make any color darker, because then that pigment actually dominates everything and doesn't do justice. See, I'm just darkening the corners now. See, this is how what I was talking about. Okay. The last thing is now doing the shadow at the bottom of the pumpkin. Once the shadow is done, I think we are good and our pumpkin will start actually looking like it is placed somewhere. So enjoy the rest of the part. I'm gonna just stop talking now and you can nicely go with the tutorial. I hope you guys are enjoying. I can't wait to see your results, and I'm super excited for day 3, because we're gonna paint the banana, the most famous of all the tutorials that I've shared so far. You're gonna just love it. So I'm gonna see you in day 3, and please keep watching and continue your tutorial and share it on Instagram and on WhatsApp group. I am cheering you guys all the way, so best of luck.